There'll be a lot of excitement here this afternoon. The Swansons were up bright and early, and before the day is over, they'll be aboard the Swedish-American luxury liner, the Kungsholm, on their way to Sweden. For the Swansons, this is a dream come true. The mail is filled with happy farewell wishes from friends and relatives. The entire family is on hand to see them off. Grandmother will take good care of the boys while their parents are away, and perhaps they'll be lucky enough to take the trip next year. Mother and Dad have promised to write, and of course, they'll bring home a few surprises. Junior has one final request: a picture of the captain on the bridge and some Swedish stamps for his collection. The drive into New York was pleasant and brief, and the Swansons have time to make one stop before they check in at the pier. This is Rockefeller Center, where the Swedish-American line has its main office. Conveniently located on Fifth Avenue, the offices welcome thousands of travelers every year. Here is where dreams of seeing the world become a reality. The reception room is filled with colorful maps and travel brochures that are yours for the asking. The Swansons want to check on a delightful inn they heard about in Gothenburg, and this gentleman has the information they want at his fingertips. And now to Pier 97, one of the busiest places in the city at this hour, and for the Swansons and all the Kungsholm passengers, it's the starting point for a luxurious vacation to be remembered forever. From the moment the car drives up, the Swansons won't have to lift a finger. Everything is done for them, and this sets the mood for the entire trip. Leisure and luxury without a care in the world. Oh yes, the car is going too, and it's gentle handling all the way. The proud little tug takes the luxury liner away from the pier, and it's time for those fond farewells. Bon voyage, happy sailing. When the tug's job is over, the captain gives the signal for the ship to begin on her own power, and the enormous diesels go into action. The pride of the White Viking fleet is a picturesque sight as she sails smoothly down the Hudson. Few passengers can leave deck before they've had a final glimpse of Manhattan's skyline and the Statue of Liberty. As these fade into the distance, there are wonders aboard ship to be explored. The staterooms are all handsomely furnished, and there's plenty of sunshine. Every cabin is an outside cabin, even when you are traveling tourist class, as the Swansons are. What an ideal combination of thrift and luxury. You'll find everything you want or need right at your fingertips. Ample drawer space, luxurious full-sized mirrors, and large wardrobe closets that provide plenty of room for your entire wardrobe, no matter how extensive it is. Comfort and convenience are yours wherever you look. The entire ship is air-conditioned, and you can regulate your cabin temperature to suit yourself. Tenor, bass, or soprano, you'll find a sparkling shower that's in perfect harmony with the easy, leisurely life aboard ship. By sundown, you've become comfortably settled in your wonderful home away from home. The Kungsholm is in capable hands, and while you sit back without a care in the world, your captain and his competent crew guard your safety and ensure your comfort aboard ship. There'll be fair skies, calm seas, and smooth sailing ahead. With these full-sized beds and that fresh sea air, you're sound asleep the minute your head touches the pillow. Of course, everyone can't sleep. There's work to be done, and the baker is reminded that there'll be some hungry mouths to feed in the morning. This sparkling kitchen is completely fitted out with modern equipment that would fill the average housewife with envy. No need to go easy on the eggs. They've figured that it takes at least $45,000 to keep these cooks supplied on a single round trip New York to Sweden. And you can be sure the pantry is fully stocked. Skilled hands and the best ingredients turn out the most luscious, light as a feather breads and rolls you've ever tasted. The day's menu is planned at sunrise, and these famous Swedish-American line meals are known and talked about around the world. And the chef must do his shopping for the day, but that's an easy procedure since the store is handy and never crowded. This supply would last Mother for years, but the sea air and the ship's talented cooks do things to appetites. And when the ship docks, many of these shelves will be empty. Most passengers are still sound asleep, but Mr. Swanson is an early riser, and he's been looking forward to a morning dip in the pool. What a wonderful way to start off the day. That fresh, tangy salt water is really invigorating. Mrs. Swanson will have her dip later, but right now she's too happy just enjoying the luxury of not having to do anything. Both the Swansons agree that this is the life. If they could just say hello to the boys, everything would be perfect. Well, that's easier than it sounds. Just lift the phone and place the call. The Kungsholm radio officer is always on duty, and thanks to modern electronics, he has the whole world at his fingertips. It seems only seconds. Those familiar voices sound as if they were in the next room. What a wonderful surprise for the boys and their mother. Of course, Mother won't set foot in the kitchen for weeks, but the staff is busy preparing lunch. And what a lunch! Each man has his specialty, the main course, sauces, appetizers, soups, and all the trimmings. It's experts like this that make the world-famous smorgasbord the taste treat of kings. If you love good food, you've come to the right place. Elegant dishes, pleasant company, and lovely surroundings make mealtime aboard ship something special. And you shall have music wherever you go. The ship's orchestra has an endless repertory and always attracts a happy throng into the main lounge for informal concerts. They love to play requests and will oblige with your favorites. You can bask in the sun to your heart's content, and as everyone knows, there's no tan like the one you get at sea. If you want some activity, you will find pleasant company and deck sports to fit your every mood. This is one time in your life when you can do just what you want to do. And if you just want to be lazy and do nothing, that's fine too. Of course, there is work to be done, but that doesn't concern you. Even the leaves get a thorough dusting. There's an inspection every day, and these men make sure that everything's shipshape. The chief purser and the ship's doctor, as a matter of fact, the entire crew, are here to serve you. They'll be happy to answer questions and do everything they can to make your ocean voyage the wonderful vacation you dreamed it would be. Children are welcome aboard the Kungsholm, and Mother and Dad won't have to be at all concerned about keeping an eye on them. A trained kindergarten attendant takes over, and from the looks of things, she has a way with the youngsters. The grown-ups have their own kind of amusements, and skeet shooting is one of the favorites. This takes a steady hand, a sharp eye, and a little experience, but everyone can try, and most passengers do. Even Mrs. Swanson gets some expert advice and tries to hit the mark. And she does. The Kungsholm is decked out from stem to stern with the finest of modern equipment and the latest safety devices. Even though the bridge is considered sacred ground, the captain proudly invites the passengers up on a clear day. What young man doesn't imagine himself the greatest sea captain in the world? And these youngsters have a chance to see what it would be like. But the youngsters aren't the only ones. From top to bottom, the Kungsholm is a work of technical mastery. The engine room is 3 stories deep and as clean as a whistle. No passenger needs to don coveralls to go in here. And as any schoolboy knows, this means full steam ahead. The tour isn't over yet. Now up the stairs to the machine shop. Here the wheels turn constantly to keep every part of the ship in perfect condition. There's always a happy group around the pool. This is a center of activity all day long. And there are comfortable chairs for those between-dip chats. To the children, it's like having a pool right in your own backyard. If you're in the mood for more strenuous exercise, you can row or bike part of your way to Sweden. The tempting meals and the wonderful lazy life aboard ship needn't affect your waistline. There are even steam baths and massage experts. Here's a determined lady with her eye on the scale. The kids don't have to worry about such mundane things as extra pounds, and they're having a party with all the trimmings. There's ice cream and cake galore and no concern about calories. Looks like this little one overdid it. The ship's doctor will fix him up in a jiffy, and he'll be back playing games with the others in no time. The doctor's office is a fully equipped hospital with 2 trained nurses, private rooms, wards, and the newest medical equipment. There's even a dentist's clinic in case that sweet tooth starts acting up. Nothing has been overlooked in taking care of your every need. Religious services are held on Sundays in the auditorium. There's also a complete library on board, writing rooms, and comfortable couches and chairs for pleasant leisure hours. The exquisite decor of the Kungsholm includes a magnificent collection of murals and paintings. More than 700 individual works of art adorn the walls of staterooms as well as public rooms. In the gallery of famous portraits, King Gustavus III and George Washington symbolize the friendly relations between America and Sweden. Princess Sibylla is the godmother of the Kungsholm. Evenings aboard ship are full of fun, and you have your choice of entertainment. The horse races thrill young and old alike. There's dancing nightly on the spacious dance floor to the lilting strains of your favorite tune, a waltz, a foxtrot, or swing. This is no special occasion, just a favorite custom aboard the Kungsholm, a midnight smorgasbord spread. There's time to browse in the lovely shops before you begin sprucing up for the captain's dinner, the final gala evening. Of course, the ladies have no priority when it comes to looking their best for the evening party. The men get plenty of attention, too. All the talented people aboard the Kungsholm are busily preparing for the captain's dinner. A glittering array of graceful ice figures will adorn the banquet table on that festive occasion. And it'll be quite a feast. Champagne and all that goes with it. Your excellent hosts have forgotten nothing, and this will be a party to be remembered forever. It can't really be called a farewell dinner, because friendships aboard the Kungsholm have a way of lasting a lifetime. Skål to your good health and many, many more voyages like this one. And a round of applause for the ship that made all this possible. K-U-N-G. Of course, it's Kungsholm, spelled in letters hewn out of ice. Dessert is baked Alaska in a dish fit for a king or a queen. Music has charm, and everyone joins in when the musicians begin a round of familiar melody. of the highlights of the evening, the famous Swedish folk dancers in their colorful native costumes. This troupe is made up of the ship's crew members. They've danced around the world. One, two, three, and around they go, bringing the warmth and laughter of Swedish dances to your last night at sea. And now a gay and nostalgic Swedish ballad brings this joyous evening to a perfect close.
Då sitter jag ut I Bergsån på en bänk och tittar på tärnor och mål.
In the morning, the Kungsholm glides into the lovely harbor of Gothenburg, Sweden's gateway to the west and second largest city, a fascinating blend of the old and the new. The time has come to leave the Kungsholm. A happy crowd disembarks, filled with memories of a glorious ocean vacation that they'll cherish forever. There's no need to call a taxi or wait for the next train. The Swansons' car is waiting for them. After clearing their luggage through customs, they get their special license plate, and they're ready to begin their drive through the colorful Swedish countryside on their way to Stockholm. The Swansons stop to admire a fountain created by Carl Millis in honor of King Neptune. The Swansons are once again in their native Sweden, a dream come true for them and for hundreds of others who make this trip every year. Whether it's a return home or a first visit, Sweden's scenic beauty is completely enchanting. Swedish-American Line and their stately ship, the Kungsholm, have once again made dreams a reality.